30th birthday yesterday.
Oldest young adults.
Our oldest young adult. I know. It's so weird. I can still exactly remember viscerally the moment of her birth. Just, yeah, right? Yes, all the kids growing. So all I'm doing is taking this small little rotation through the shoulder. And then if I do this only through my wrist, it's going to make my wrist tired, and it's also going to probably start making my elbow tired. So sometimes this elbow tendonitis that may creep up on us, especially as we age, could be us just getting lazy and not moving the shoulder. So I want you to inhale, open up your chest, exhale, slow resist, yeah, and feel the shoulder move. I keep forgetting to get those package of sticker dots. Remember that day that I drew dots on my shoulders so you could see the shoulder move? I just need stickers to throw up on there. So do you have, you only have straps on your, you don't actually have a handle also. There is a post-market Pilates handle you can get. But you could do something similar. You have a TRX, right? So you could take that TRX and flip it. It's going to feel a little different. You'll have a bent elbow, but you're still going to make your shoulders come down and in and up and open, right? So if anybody else has that piece of equipment and that feels better to your hands, wrists, whatever, you can do that. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, good. All right, one more. We're gonna hold it open. Good. And then we're gonna just press out just a little bit. Let your abs lift up. Good. See if your arms will be long. And then inhale, let it come back in. Rotate all the way back in. Open it back up from the shoulder. Press out. Hold it. Nice inhale. See if you can open up the collarbone space. Good, Sheila. Nice, Franny. Yes, good. And then back in. Good. And again. Open. That's it. Press. Find the collarbone space. Good. And so for any of you who get those little weird creaks and aches, let me know if anything feels worse when you're doing it. It might be a small thing as just opening the collarbone more or giving yourself more support from your feet. Good. Let's do one more. Reaching open. Good. That's it. Good. All right. Then we're just going to press back. Easy peasy. So chin, if you flip yourself around and face your mount and pull against your handles, it's going to give you the same resistance. Good. And then inhale, release. And exhale, press. Okay, so Mark is going to model because he's so good from this morning's class. And it's going to be so subtle. He's going to pull his heels down, pull the back of the heel down to the ground. Feel how your forefoot has to work to stay connected to the floor. I want you to have that solid grounding because that connects the dome of your feet to the dome of your pelvis to the dome of your diaphragm, right? Your breathing muscles. And that is also important for my low back friends to be able to have that sensation all the way up through your body. Good. Two more. Exhale, press. Heels, forefoot, pelvic floor, diaphragm. And one more. Exhale. Heels, forefoot, pelvic floor, diaphragm. Good. All right. Take your arms up in front of you. Good. Pull just your right elbow back. Oh, sorry, this is your left. Your right elbow. Good. And then just your left elbow back. Good. So one arm front, one arm back. Okay. So while you're doing that, can you find me your feet? So if I do this without my feet, this is kind of what happens. Can you see that? Woo, that bowing. Here's me finding my feet. Notice my waist automatically pulled in. That's that foot to hip, right? Foot to core. That's it. Good. Come on. Back of heel presses down. I'm not sitting on my heels. I'm actively reaching the heel. So if you put your heel down and you feel your arches flatten, that's not the idea. It should be that doming sensation in your arch to create the answering dome in your pelvic floor. Good. That's it. Good. And one more. Nice. Good. All right. Arms come all the way up. Pull down and wide, pushing out into your band. Aim the top of your hand outward, so don't let it collapse. Really reach. Turn on the underside. Good. And then bring those arms back up. Inhale, exhale again. Take it out. Push out through the top of your hand. Yep, as much as you can. Good. Find your feet. Good. Bring it back up. And two more. Reach out. Feel that resistance, whether it's real with your band or imagined without. Good. And last one. Reach, 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 reach. Good. And then bring it back up. Good. Arms back in front of you. Spine twist, keeping one arm forward. We'll start moving your right one. So keeping the left straight forward, right where it is. Open up your body. Good. Back to the center and inhale, open. Exhale, shh, close. Good. One stays pointing right at me. Open. Good. Close. Good. That's it. Let's do one more each way. Open. Keep one straight forward. So this is different than when we swing our body around. What we're asking here, I'm going to give you a front view. Imagine you were a bird looking at me from the top, keeping one arm here, twisting my body away from it, rather than pulling apart and doing this motion. Yeah? That makes sense? Then you're just going to do that upright. Can I see one more? Keep one fist forward, right at me. Come on, put your knuckle at me. Now, twist away from that knuckle. That's it. Good. So you're giving that mid-back more resistance. Other side. Keep this knuckle right at me. Wonder Twin powers, right? We got to bump knuckles. Good. And then open. There we go. Better. Yes? Yes. So one shoulder is in an open position having to stabilize. The other one is in a closing position having to mobilize. And your mid-back should be warm behind your shoulders, yeah? No, straight arm. Straight arm. You had it right. Yeah, you had it right, Chinda. Oh no! Here. Let's see if I do this. My pale arms are blending into my walls. So it's hard for them to see. Is that better? A little more contrast? I tried. You are not the first person who have told me that. Maybe I should wear those tattoo sleeves on my arms. All right. So, does that make sense? The reason I want this is because it ties in the scapula, both as a stabilizing side and a mobilizing side to your obliques, versus this version where they're both stabilizing the whole time. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Very nice. Love it. So let's take the band behind us. And then we're going to put ourselves in a little Pilates stance, and we're going to have a low push, little low push. So I want you to feel that mid-back that you just turned on, keep the collarbones wide, and then just push low, activating through your feet. So here's me not activating. Here's me activating. Yeah, and that starts from foot to hip, right? So making that feedback loop. That's it. Good. That's it. Yep. Reach your heels or dome your arches or do your short foot, whatever it takes to get the dome to talk to this dome to talk to this dome. Yeah. Good. That's right. Good. Let's do two more. Good. And last one, hold those arms there. Hold those arms. We're going to challenge ourselves with a little tippy toe. So squeeze the back of your legs together, pulling the arches up. Good. Lower yourself back down and release. So is that okay, chin down your feet? Okay. So pull your abs back, lift the arches of your foot. Imagine the dome of your foot coming up. Good. Come back down. Here's me doing this without thinking about my feet. There's one. Here's another one. I'm not thinking about my feet, right? There's a staticness here. Here's me thinking about my arches. Look at how it already sets up right there. Do you see that? Setting up my arches, already my core is ready. Glutes on, abs on. Yes, yes. So yeah, good. I see that. Oh, good job, you guys. Can you do 2 more? Set up your arches, let them talk to your pelvic floor, and lift from there. Good. And control it the whole way down. Last one. Yeah. Good. Nice. All right. So we're gonna put our band down for a moment, and we're just gonna focus on hip mobility. So sometimes a low back issue can be a side that is not strong and a side that is stuck. So we're gonna take our feet wide, and we're just gonna put hands on the hip, and we're gonna come down into a second position plie. Just first see what that feels like. Can we be upright, or are we forced into a pitch? Good. And then draw the heels down to the ground as you stand and toward each other. Good. And again, down. Good. Can you open those thigh bones back? Yeah, I love the practice hands. I love the self-checking. That's fantastic. Good. And down. Good. Open the thigh bones. Good. And up. Nice. Yes, you guys rock. So I'm going to show you a side view of me not staying in my heels. That's me not in my heels. Can you see how my knees are, it's almost like I'm waiting to fall forward. Here's me pushing my heels down. See how many inches I move? Here's me falling in my toes. My knees want to fall forward. Here's me reaching with all my might to get my heels down to the ground. Yeah, yes, yes, Franny, it's not tucking your butt under. Untuck your butt. Yes, good. Oh, good job. Good. That makes sense? Good. Okay, good. So that's A number 1. When we lower, how are we holding ourselves there? Good. So we're going to take a wide enough stance so that we can have some rotation in the socket. The first one, we're going to bring the whole hip with us. So notice my hand, my hips are both facing the same direction. And we're going to come back to center, plant that heel, go the other way, pivot. Good. And if your foot does not like the sensation of pivoting, you can lift and set it, and lift and set it. Make sure that the hip is moving with you. Yeah, good. That's it. All right, so now that we're getting warmed up through the socket, now we're gonna keep the hip straight forward on the next one. Oops, I gotta finish one more this way first. But on the next one. So now hip is gonna stay facing forward. I like to put my hands right here so I can be sure. And then we're just gonna rotate in, back out, and rotate in, and back out. And some of you, you'll feel that tightness come around your hip and maybe even all the way to your low back, just depending on which side you're tight on. So not on the thighs, get your hands up on your hips so you can be sure these 2 little lights on your hips are staying forward. That's it. Good. Yeah. There we go. Ah, guys. Yeah. Do you know how to salsa, Chinda? Oh. Franny, you know how to salsa though, right? Yeah, Franny does. So Sheila, I want you to really keep your hips still. Don't let it move. So I love that you're wearing stripes today. That helps me a lot. So feel how your stripes moved? Don't let your stripes move. Keep that hip back. So this is part of our issue, I think, right? You're stuck back here. We got to get that some loosen motion. Yeah? Okay. Go ahead and come all the way back up. And then we'll take our band, put it underneath our feet. And then Chinda, if your hands don't want to hold, yellow, okay. And anybody else, if you need an alternative, remember, just speak up. I will come up with something for you. Tubing with handles also is great. It's not as small as this. And there are attachments you can get for your Therabands that attach an actual rounded handle on the end. So if you find that's becoming your life, you can get those. So let's start crossing the bands on the opposite hand. Good. And we're going to bicep curl. So first just feel what happens. Here's me bicep curling thoughtlessly. Pretty thoughtlessly. I'm still giving myself a little support. Here's me bicep curling with my feet. Can you see that? Here's me not thinking about it. Here's me adding in my feet. Literally makes me taller, pulls me back up. Yeah, and my spine is a straight line. Okay, so now we're gonna do that as we step to the side. So we're gonna bicep curl, pull up, good. And we'll do just say 3 or 4 in each direction. And your goal is to keep the supporting foot, the one that's holding you up while the other one steps out, lifting up through the arch. And the same thing when you go the other way, pull up through the arch. So this one, pull up through the arch. That's it. Hold on to that. Good. That's it. Good. Good. Yeah. All right. And then we'll do another set, because 4 reps of finding your foot while one is in motion is not enough. Good. Chinda, that looks great. Look at you. Look at you. So solid through there right now. How do you feel? Okay. Yeah. Looks awesome. Good. That's it. Supporting foot. The moving one is your distraction. It's all about what are you doing from that foot to that hip. Good. Good. Nice. Good. And you might be tired along your spine now. Not an achy, overwork feeling, but just the muscles like any other muscle working right along your spine. Yes? Sorta? Yes. Good. All right.
Good, you're tired.
Mark says, good, we're tired. Okay, so now we're gonna see if we can do that in a squatty position. This is like working in your garden. You're getting down in the bushes and you're trying to deadhead the bits of the rhododendron that are at the back. So down low, seated, good. All right, we're gonna find our mid back and then just row. So in this position, can you find your feet to core? And I'm going to show you a side view again. Here's me trying not to. Doesn't look too bad, but here's me doing it. There's a sudden little lift right through here. Do you see that? I haven't tucked my tail. It's still up. But when I activate my feet, my transverse abdominis turns on to support the back. So take a little bit wider stance for me, Sheila. There you go, good. Okay, because you know we're gonna step. Now I only want you to keep the arms if you can feel your foot, meaning supporting leg again is the most important one. So when you step out, if including the arms makes your brain forget how to connect to your hip, let the arms go. Just focus on that support, right? Up, step out. Arch up, step out. Yeah. And then Franny, get your weight to your heel, right? Part of that is getting that heel down. That's better. That's it. Good. Chin, see if you can sit back a little. There you go. Good. That's it. And then Sheila, bring those elbows out to the side. So not up like this. Let yourself open your chest. Yes, there you go. Good. That's it. Good. Have you already done 2 sets? Is this our second set? Supporting foot. Good. That's it. Good. Okay. All right, and then go ahead and come all the way up. We'll step out of that band. Bring it up behind your booty. Good. And then we're just going to have a bow forward, stretching your upper back. And maybe your low back, depending on you. Good. Reach it behind you. Lift the sternum. Press down through your feet. Good. Yeah. And reach forward. Good. So that reaching forward, I'm not trying to push the band back. I'm actually trying to keep my hips still and just bend through the ribs. Yeah?
Wait, so we're not squatting?
Not squatting. We're bowing. Just bowing, you guys. Yes, that's better. Look at you, Franny. Nice job. Good. And Sheila, I want you to aim here. So don't let yourself fold here. You're going to fold here, right under where your bra band would be. So right at the base of that zipper, imagine it's 2 stripes down and that's your bend. Up here. Yeah, way up here. That's it. We're going to make this part of your back be more mobile because this is where your ribs should be able to expand. Good. Let's try 2 more. Everybody pulling up high. Now, if you're again connecting feet to core, it's going to be easier to bend where you should. If you're not, it's very easy to not, right? But if my feet are up, it will hold all this to here and make me have to bend at natural flexion point. Yes, Sheila. Yes, right now your stripes are wrinkling in the right place. You guys, you are welcome to wear stripes every class. I will never get tired of you wearing stripes. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So let's roll ourselves down to the floor. We'll do 3 nice roll downs. The 4th one, we'll walk on out to our plank. We will be doing our rows. So if you would rather come back up to the wall and do them at the wall, you can do that. And you guys all know what to do. Because you are all, whoa, regulars. Almost knocked over the water dish. Good, yeah. Oh, Franny's got stripes! Yay, fantastic. I love it. Stripes. That should be standard issue. When you sign up for Pilates, you automatically get a striped shirt. And bonus if you have striped leggings. Mark says, that's a lot. Okay, I think we need a vote. Who wants to see Mark in stripes leggings? He said, I don't. All right, so again, you can be on knees, you can be at the wall, you can be even on forearms, right? And just pull your elbow to your waist that way. That works too. Now I'm alternating. You are welcome to do all on one side. So if you want a little more challenge, do 4 to 6 on one side before you switch to the other side. That will create an endurance for the supporting side. Yeah, and then Sheila, push your hip at the wall a little bit. Yep, and then lift your sternum up your wall a little bit. Yes, that's it. Ah, stripes rock. Good, good. And then Chinda, was that neutral on purpose? Right through there. Okay, so just checking. I saw you moving in a very perfect hinge, and I just want to make sure that's what you intended. Yeah? Okay. This is very good. So when you finish your rows, we're going to let ourselves just easy peasy round all the way down to the mat. Oh, you guys, I meant to tell you, I heard from Suzanne, who we haven't seen in a while, and her hip has just been getting worse and worse. It looks like she'll be needing a hip replacement this summer. So, yeah. So collarbones open. We're just going to pull the elbows down to the side. Don't touch the ground. I want them just to hover. Good. And then let them come back up. Yeah. That's it. Down. Good. And back up. Okay. So now connect to your feet. Can you dome up those arches? Feel your heels press into the ground from the back. It should make your toes want to hold the ground a little bit. Good. And then there should be a little subtle organizing in your midsection. Good. Yeah. So here's me not. There's no organization. I'm all popped up through my ribs. Here's me with my feet talking to my middle. I don't even have to really turn the abs on hard mentally because they already do that co-contraction with the feet. Yeah, good. Good. And then Franny, just see what happens if you untuck your tail a little bit. Just a little roll toward pubic bone away from you. Yeah, that's it. Good. Now pull your heels, but you don't have to tuck your butt to pull your heels. So put your pubic bone away from you again. There you go. And then keep it solid. So that's teaching that yeah, better. That's better. See, and you can watch your own little stripes get closer together. When they get too close together, when you're just trying to stabilize, you know you got to reset. Yes, that's it. Good, good, good. Awesome. Good. All right. And then, let's see, Sheila. Can I see much of Sheila? Good. Very nice. So then we're going to take that feeling, pull those elbows wide, not quite touching the ground, and then come up into a little bow. And it should hopefully highlight your ribs, right where we want to bend below the bra band. Inhale and exhale, come back down and release those arms upward. Inhale, exhale, pull. Inhale again. Exhale, stay connected to your feet as you bow. Good. Inhale and exhale down. Good, and release. Inhale, exhale, pull. Inhale, exhale, connect to your feet as you bow. Good. Inhale and exhale down. And release. Good. One last time. Inhale, exhale, pull. Good. Inhale, exhale, connect to your feet. Good. Coming into your bow. Good. Inhale and exhale. Coming on down. Very nice. And arms up. Good. Let's bring your right leg into tabletop. Good. And then we're just going to exhale back up into that bow, holding just a teeny bit of tension on the arms. So it's not a big outward pull, just enough that you feel a little bit. And then exhale, coming into that bow. Good. Inhale, exhale, switch, just tapping your toe to the ground. Inhale, exhale, switch. Good. And what if you pulled up the arches of your feet away from the ground? Good. Good. Feel how that helps you lift the leg from your center, right? A little stabilizing assistance. Good. And last one. Good. And then both legs in a tabletop. Pull them towards your chest with your hands as you lower your shoulders. Good. Good. How's everybody doing? Shoulders okay? Abs on? Good. All right. We're going to take the band and we're going to bring it underneath the back of us. So I've got it behind my shoulders now. And then you give yourself a little push, make sure you can feel that it's right at the base of your bra band. And you can kind of see mine through this shirt. This is where my bra band is. Isn't that handy? This is my pants waist, and this is my bra band. So that's about the right spot. Right where you'd wear a heart rate monitor strap. And then you're going to pull that place down. Inhale, release. And exhale, pull the front of you into the band. Good. And release. Exhale. Pull. And you should find if your shoulders are attached to the floor, meaning the top of your arm bone, when you pull that rib down, if you keep your head from pushing, right, your head is easy, you actually get easier across your neck and collarbones. Some of us will do a crazy thing where we push down here and then we really shove our head into the ground at the same time. That's not necessary. Heads, necks, that's easy. We're just pulling down our middle section. Good. And one more time. Good. Okay, now we're going to bend right there into bow. So ready? Inhale, prepare. Exhale, pull that section down and feel where that is. We're only bending there. See that little stripe right there? Bending right at that point. Good. Did everything else buckle too? Didn't have to. Let's come back down. Think about it again. So this is lucky because I've got my waistband here. I don't want that to change, right? This is staying the same. I'm just working at bending here. Good. So I'm not curling my low back, right? Because oftentimes that is an overuse of hip flexor. Just trying to keep that pelvis pretty neutral, pretty stable, and just finding this place. Yeah, that didn't collapse. That stays there. Better, yes, I see you thinking it. Yep. Can I see two more? I'm just moving this so I can see my little bit of Sheila better. Yes, Chinda. What's that? No, yours is good. I see you. And I love, that is so good for you, Chinda, to be able to move your ribs. And Franny, I love that you keep checking. Yep. So right where your thumb and pointer finger are, that's the bendy place. Yes. Good. Now, can you do that without your pelvis moving? Mm-hmm. That's it. That's it. Good. Good. Okay. Very nice, gang. Good. All right. Let your band go for a second. Let your arms just release overhead. Ah. And you can let your ribs pop for a second. Yep. Everyone's free. Good. And then we'll draw the ribs down. Should increase the stretch to the front of your arm and shoulder. If your shoulder's pinching, just let it come out to the side into scarecrow. That's it. Good. Yeah. And then we'll sweep those hands back down to our side. Good. Then we're going to take the band again. I'm going to scoot it so it's right now under my low back, right here. Yeah. Right under the low back. So here's my waistband way up here. I'm sliding down till I feel it at the top of the hip. Okay. And then we inhale, prepare. We exhale, bow right where we just practiced because that loosens up your thoracic spine and makes it easier to breathe. Good. And then exhale, press a little higher. Now till the lowest rib is on your mat, you'll have a little bit of flattening of the spine to the mat. Yeah, normal. Good. And then come all the way back down. Good. And inhale and exhale. High abdominals here. Good. And then getting all the way to that low rib if we can. Good. And then back down. Now I'm going to do the same thing, just crossing the strap into opposite hands. Yep. So it's making a little seat belt. Good. Inhale, exhale. High ribs, low ribs, collarbones open. Good. And then down. And one more. Inhale, exhale. High ribs, low ribs. Good. Yes. And down. Good. Let's add some rotation. And legs. Woo! So inhale, exhale. We're going to lift the right leg, rotate to the side. Can you still bend the same way? Mm-hmm. High, low, good. Come back to center. Good. Inhale, exhale the other way. High ribs, you just practiced it. Down to the low ribs. Good. and back to center. You're welcome to reset those arms if they want to come down for a break. That's it. Come on, lift up and forward. Find that bendy spot. Good. There you go. And down. And yes. Is that making sense in your body? We should be feeling those obliques and abs. Pelvic floor, the whole gamut. Are you feeling it as you go to the right? As it goes to the right, let the right thigh bone rotate inward a little bit, Chinda. So the femur is going to make a medial rotation in the socket. Don't let it roll out. That's it. Good. And that should down. What is the word called? Down. Thank you. Down regulate that psoas a little bit. Good. All right. So take that band out from underneath your hips. Good. And then we'll double it up, put it across the front of the hip bones, collarbones open, and then push your fist down to the ground. Good. Press into your feet and push those hips up. So Chin, if you want to do your one-legged at the wall, you certainly can. Sheila, this might also be good for you just to help you feel that pulling down. So whether your feet are on the wall or on that chair, wherever you get to, push the heels down. And then those of us with feet on the floor, we're pushing the heels down and pulling them toward us. And then we'll roll down through the spine. So, does that make sense, Sheila? So when you're up, if you're going to keep your feet on the floor, I want you to dig into your heels and pull your heels towards you a little bit. So, oh, sorry, is my head cutting out? So, heels pressing down with keeping your feet on the ground. So you're not going to do this toes up. And you're going to pull the heels toward your butt. You're going to wake up hamstrings and glutes. And if you feel like yourself doing this, I want you to reset. We're going to keep that straight line. Good. Are you okay, Franny? Are you okay? Okay, just checking. Just checking. Good. All right.
A lot of this.
A lot of what?
I did a lot of this.
You've done a lot of those? Yeah. Okay. All right, good. So now we're going to press up and we're going to march. Just one leg up and down. Another one up and down. Yep, simple. And the band should hopefully give us awareness of the hip tipping, right? So what do? We arch that foot, right? We find the dome. We notice how it makes that pelvic floor dome too. Yes? We want to make that feedback loop. Good. Good. Can we do 2 more on each side? That's it. Good. Good. And then you can round down through the spine. Nice and easy. Good. Extend those legs all the way out. Arms up toward the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Round yourself up to sitting. Come all the way up. Reaching forward. And so hopefully you're finding that with all the stuff you did, your first reach forward is farther than you normally would have done. Does that make sense? All the things we did should have led up to a nicer, more available forward reach. I hope. Yeah? All right. So let's take that and have a corkscrew, not a corkscrew, a saw. So feet are open just past the corners of your mat. I'm on a little angle so I can still see you. We're going to inhale as we rotate. Exhale, reach forward. Good. And then all the way up. So chin down. This one, when you reach across to the opposite side, so when you reach right to left, you can let your right knee rotate in just a little bit. The rest of us are going to try to keep our hips solid. Yeah, we're going to let them not wobble, not move. We're going to keep both sits bones down. That's it. Good. So put that right sits bone down when you go to the left, Franny, and your left sits bone down when you go to the right. Yeah, good. Okay, I'm watching you this way. Keep that right one down. Keep it down. Keep it down. Put the weight back on it. Yep, keep the weight back on it. I know. And that's great because that means your abs are going to have to pull you there and your spine's going to have an actual reach. It's okay. Good. Yeah. Well, it can grab in either direction, Chinda, but the psoas is especially active when there's a flex at the hip. So on the way down, and then it has to decelerate on the way up, right? So, good. Alrighty, friends. Let's bring those legs together. We're going to come to our side, and we're going to have some form of side work. We'll see how it is for you. So, you can be on your elbows. You could be flat out on your side. You can be up in the high kneel if you so desire. Yep. Any of those positions are a-okay with me. If you're on your elbow or your forearm, remember you want to watch the shoulder. Pull it back and push down. And if you're just on the elbow, you're constantly pushing through the ground. All right, so top leg is going to extend. If you're flat out, you've got both legs forward. I'll take both legs forward too. It's a little challenging. And we just kick up, flex, and take it down. Yep, and we're just gonna do 4. Up and down because we're minding this. So watch this line here. Here's me not minding. Look, I get an extra line and this one kind of collapses. We're gonna pull this one up and now I should have, if anything, 2 parallel lines. So if you've got wavy lines in your shirt, like this, you know you've collapsed. That's it, good. Keep pushing down, good. As I say 4, yes. So now we're gonna kick front back, flex, take it to the back. Good, good. Now same thing. Watch the line in your shirt. It could over collapse and now I get extra rumples, right? And then it can disappear all the way and actually hang off the front of me. Now that's my back doing all the work. So I'm gonna see if I can keep the wrinkles pretty much the same, right? Very little change now. Good, good, that's it. 2 more. Good, and 1 more. Good, all right. So now, if you're up, let's go down. We're gonna do hot potatoes, front and back. So we open up, tap that heel, 3, 2, 1, scoop in your abs, lift the leg forward, bring it in front of you as high as you can, as close to you as you can, right? And tap, 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 up. And behind you, find the heel, reach down. Tap, 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 up. Come again? When it comes back, I'm trying not to roll back. That's a great question. I'm trying not to roll back with the hip. I'm trying to keep it stacked. So in that way, yes, Chida's asking, okay, she has to make a choice. Can the foot make it down or will she have to roll back to get it there? So again, that might tell us a little something about what's going on in your back, right? If that, yeah. Or if you put a bolster there. Sheila, can your legs hit the ground without your hip rolling back? If you kept your hip stacked, can that foot go behind you without the hip rolling? Can it stay pushed forward? Not rolling? Okay, good job. All right. Franny, I love that you're so aware. Okay, good. All right, great. So then let's bring our knees in. And we're going to give ourselves, unless you're Chinda, side bend, right? Side bend is just side plank in Pilates. So Chinda, you're welcome to do this. Ah, okay. The rest of us then can do whatever kind of side bend you like best. So we can start stacked, come up onto the knee, right? Really find the hip pushing up toward the sky. It should give you a stretch through the side of that hip. Good. And then we're going to hover, keep pushing down to the ground, look. So we're not resting, we're just hovering. Good. And then all the way up, push through your hip. And of course, you could do that in this position. So this gives you a little help getting all the way up with that knee up. And then if you want more challenge, stack the feet and start from the stacked position. Oh. Good. Was that 4? Did I feel like 4-ish? Yeah. Okay. All right. Then let's swing ourselves around and we'll get those side legs on the other side. So again, flat out, forearm, hand behind head, any position you want. Just make sure we keep that little bit of lift.
Go, go.
All right. So here we go. Kicking up. Ooh, you can see this side is messier for me. Look at all the extra wrinkles, how this falls back, how this gets short here. I get more rumply here, right? So I'm gonna really reach that leg away as much as I can and push down through this elbow. Now if you're flat out, you still have to watch. Because look, here I'm getting rumply again. I'm smashed down here. Here, I'm reaching through my feet. Can you see the difference? Now these two lines are almost the same. Yeah, good. Good. That's it. Yes, I see you, I see you. Good. All right. So then let's take that leg and we're going to kick to the front. Kick, kick. And then flex, take it back, push through that heel. Good, but thanks, Chinda. Enjoy your haircut. Good. And back. Good. Kick, kick. Push. Good. That's it. Good. Let's do 2 more. Yes. Good. And 1 more. Good. I think I'm the last one up. So I'll come down and join you for our hot potatoes. So again, keep that hip still. We take the heel behind us and we tap, 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 swing the leg up and forward. Tap, 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 up and forward. Oh my gosh, my quad just cramped. That's it. Good. Tap, tap, up and back. Good. All right, so pay attention to how much closing of your wrinkles and opening of your wrinkles you get, right? We want to try to make the leg move easy in the socket so that the spine becomes freer. So it sounds crazy, but we're stabilizing the spine and moving only the leg instead of letting the spine move the leg. Can you see that? That's my spine doing all the work. So keep these lines the same. You might not get to move your leg as far. That's okay. That's where our real range of motion is. It's your new baseline. You're going to get better from there. Yeah? Good. Good. Can we do 1 more? Wow. All right. Good. Yeah. Ready for your side up? Ready for my side up, Mr. DeMille? All right, so again, forearm, kneeling, whichever. Remember, we're lifting the hip up and we're pushing the hip till we hopefully get a stretch. Now here's me doing it a little bit wrong. Do you see how I'm sitting away from my hand? I should be coming up right over that hand. That's it, good. So that my fingertips have to press into the ground. Good, and then we get to come down and hover. Ah, good. This is you reclining on that fancy velvet settee. Good, and then back up. push the hips, but stay over your hand as much as you can. Good, and then back down. And then remember your interim is to put the other ankle in front, the other heel in front of that ankle, and then you can lift all the way up. And then back down here, into that hover. Good, and then of course you could stack them. Whoa, much heavier when I stack them on this side. Good. All right, I think that was 5. Feel like 5? Yeah, felt like a lot. So let's roll over onto our bellies. Let's see, how can I see you the best? I'm gonna flip this way. Sorry, Lottie. Okay. And then bands are optional here. If you want a little bit more resistance for your swan, you can take your band and put it behind your armpits. Into the floor. Yeah? Oops, don't get up both hands. And then we're just going to start gentle and small, and each one you will build a little higher than the one before. Yes? So, back of legs together. What if you dome your feet? Inhale and exhale, begin lifting. Good, just easy peasy. And then back down. Good. Dome your feet, inhale, exhale. Good. That's it. Good. And remember, as we lift, we want to stop the spine once we get to the pubic bone. We don't want to lift off the pubic bone. We're trying to really see what we can eke out of these vertebrae and ribs through our upper back, pulling them away from that pubic bone. Good. If you get a pinch in your back, reactivate your feet and lower yourself a little bit. That should do 2 things. It should turn on your glutes a little more and give you a little bit of transverse help for your spine. And you then might also feel your spinal extensors. Good. Can you do one more? I'll do it with you. There you go. Good. Good, yeah. And then gently lay that down. Good. All right. Just take those arms forward. Lift your sternum a little bit. Left leg up. Right arm up. Good. Inhale and exhale. Switch. And switch. So my shoulder friend Sheila, if your arm does not feel good lifting straight in front of you, try it at a Y shape here. And this is good for all of us. That helps turn on your lower mid back. Is that better? It's work, yeah. Way better. So all of us can try that Y variation because it shifts you into the lower part of your trapezius, down the lower part of your mid back. It's a beautiful postural sensation. So with Mark's, can you do that again, baby? With Mark's arm lifting in the Y, he feels more of it here in this part of his back, versus if his arm is straight forward, he might notice it middle higher. Yeah? That makes sense? So the Y creates, that lower trapezius. All right. And the fun thing about that is some of us will feel the glute stabilizing from the outside in more because now it's offset. Yeah? Cool. Good, Franny. All right. So then let's come back and sit in a nice little child's pose. Well, as you sit into it, I want you to have happy dog tail. So make that tiger back, right? Not the arched cat, but the tiger. And pull your tail up, up, up as long as you can before you sit down. You might need to open your knees a little bit to make room for that lifting tail. Right, here's me curling under with my tail. Here's my tail up. That's it, good. And that again is to help differentiate your leg bones from your hip bones and your hips from your back. Good. Take a nice big inhale. Expand your back. Exhale, blow it out. Good. And a big inhale. Let your back expand.
Shoulder blades spread apart. And one more time. Good. Imagine grabbing the ground. Pull your abs back away from that grabbing place, coming up into a big cat slowly. Good. Then drop your hips forward, lift your chest, tuck your toes under, and the knees are on the ground. You're in down stretch because your hip is down. Good. Press the ground away from you. Lift your sternum a little higher. Your pubic bone is off the ground for this one. Good. And then scoop your belly up and in. Arch, 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 arch. Big, big cat, big cat, big cat. And then sit back, pulling your abs. Pull them away from those hands. Good. Inhale. Expand. Exhale. Pull your abs back first. Forward is not the first motion. It's back. Your hands are gripping the ground. Then they lift you up almost weightless until you settle back on your hands again. Good. That's it. This is called down stretch. Hips are down. Chest is up. Good. All right. Then scoop your abs in. We're going to lift into a plank. Good. Just so that we can walk those hands in. Good. And then here, we're going to just round up halfway. Put your right hand on your right thigh, and you're just going to pendulum the shoulder. Just getting a little more looseness there. Easy peasy. And then the other way. And then we'll gently shift other side. Easy, let it go loose. And then the other way. That's it, good. And then both hands back on the thighs. Round up, finishing that nice roll up all the way up. Good, dun, dun, dun. Take center stage. Lift your arches. Feel the pelvic floor lift. Good, spine twist, pushing those arms apart. Good, back to center. And good. And up. Good, one more each way. Twist that whole spine. Come on. Good. That's nice. Good. I love the rotation. Good. Good. And then pull it back and down. Good. Then one little easy bicep curl just to reassert and push back into the tricep. And again, bicep curl. Feel the resistance and push back. And one more time. Pull and push and then release. Good. How do we feel? Good? Good. Awesome. Nice job, gang. Hard working group today. Focus, 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 focus. All right, so what are you going to think about all weekend long? What parts of your body? What? None? Did you say none? I'm going to let all that go. That was a lot. Think about it again on Monday. I love it. You get a gold star for honesty. Hey, thank you. You too. Bolero. Oh, wow. Awesome. That is just going to be so... It's the way that piece builds and builds and builds. Awesome. Oh, have a great time. Bye.